Hi again, everybody. Bill Phillips here. It is Hump Day. It is Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. We are staring the weekend right in our face. And anyways, it's the weekend. You're always looking at the weekend. Sunday ends, I'm already looking at the next weekend. Hopefully you're looking at the same weekend. Anyways, hopefully your day's off to a great start. It is the 9-Minute Phill-Up. I can't thank you enough for joining us. Karen is here. Karen, hello. And there, Karen, hello. Karen, thank you very much. And just in case you're wondering if maybe you're finding us on the X or on the YouTube channel today, you were looking maybe on the Facebook page right now. Apparently, we are not coming up on that. So just if you know somebody that likes to watch, let them know that they can find us on the X. They can find us on the YouTube channel, WTOV9 YouTube channel. But I want to thank everyone for always joining us. Greatly appreciate it. But most of all, I want to thank our sponsors, Mindset to Wellness, the Cambridge Wellness Co-op, and Cinna Fitness and Speed. Lynette, Ralph, Pete, great people, do great work, and their staff at all of these places do great work. And again, mind, body, spirit, they're going to get you in shape physically. They'll get you in shape mentally. They'll get your spirit ready to go as well. And if you mention the 9-Minute Phill-Up, you can get yourself a free sauna as well. So take advantage of that if you can. But can't thank them enough. Can't thank you guys enough for being here. Now we've got some stuff to talk about. We'll start with Caitlin Clark because she is a sensation, a force, as they like to say. I don't know if they like to say it. I like to say it. She's a force. I say that about Taylor Swift too. Some people were talking about Taylor Swift today during the show. Some people that I work with, Addison and Jeff. Just some people, random people out in Jordan, our producer, might have said something as well. So not just random people, not just people, but people that know about Taylor Swift. So she's a force. So that's the same thing with her. But Caitlin Clark, she had her debut last night. Did anybody have a chance to watch that last night? And Karen missed it. I could. Yeah. Okay. Karen, I understand that. So we're trying to get that corrected, but thanks for finding a way to join us. Caitlin Clark, we talked about her before. She is the all-everything college basketball player of the year, #1 draft pick for the WNBA, #1 game last night, first ever game in the WNBA. She set herself a record. She did. Not one that she wanted. She had 10 turnovers, most in a debut for the Indiana Fever, but she also had 20 points. Now, I watched the end of I didn't get home in time to watch the beginning of the game, but I did see the end of the second quarter. She had her first three-pointer. And then I'll tell you what, Connecticut's for real when it comes to defense. If you start watching the WNBA because of Caitlin Clark and all the other stars that are coming into the league now, you'll find out about these teams. In Connecticut, they had the second-ranked defense in the league last year. I'll tell you what, they look like the #1 defense last night against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. The Fever, 25 turnovers, and Connecticut took advantage with 29 points off of that. They win it by a score of 92-71. My assessment of Caitlin Clark, she's going to be fine. She'll figure it out. Some of the turnovers, it looked like she was trying to maybe not force a bounce pass here and there, maybe passes that looked open back in college. They're not open anymore because you're playing against better athletes. So it's very interesting to see how it's going to go. But crowd loved it. Sellout crowd. It seemed like when she scored a bucket, they cheered the loudest when she would score. But and it was the first. This is the Caitlin Clark impact. This was the first sellout for the Connecticut Sun. It's 8,910 seats that were filled since 2003. Their first sellout. And that was back in their first season. And Jordan checking in. Caitlin Clark just has to get used to, just how it goes in the pros. The speed of the game is a lot faster, but interesting to watch last night. Enjoyed watching it. And, I think Indiana is going to be pretty good. But I'll tell you what, if you want some defense, if you like defensive basketball, check out the Connecticut Sun. All right, some of the other things to talk about before we don't want to get into all kinds of sports, do we? Well, we have to talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers, their playoff hopes. On the line tonight, the Cavs taking on the Boston Celtics. Celtics up 3-1. Game time set for 7:00. Cavs, they're gonna have a tough time with the Celtics tonight. So I think the Celtics want to close it out. They want to put their feet up, get rested for the next series. Celtics and Cavs tonight. Dallas and Oklahoma City tonight as well. That series tied at 2-2. Last night, Indiana and New York Knicks. The Knicks win it 121-91. Jalen Brunson's having himself a series, 44 points, Knicks win it. They are up 3-2. They play on Friday. Now, Minnesota and Denver last night. Jokic, he goes for 40 and 13, the double-double. Denver wins at 112-97, and Denver leads the series 3-2 now. Back when the series was 2-0 Minnesota, I said this: the champs are down. Apparently, I was wrong. They're not down anymore. They were down then, so I was right. But now they're back up on their feet and they're swinging. So and then Jordan has checked back in on the Edmonton Oilers. The Edmonton Oilers win at 3-2 over Vancouver last night. That series even at 2. Other NHL games: Boston a winner, but Florida leads the series 3-2. Boston wins 2-1 tonight. Go Avs, go! Colorado taking on Dallas. 3-1 games. Dallas on top. That game's at 8:00. Okay, that's all the sports we're talking about. That's it. We're done with that. All done. Okay, I have a question for everybody. So we have a couple weddings that we're going to this weekend. So my question is, what's the game plan for weddings that you have when you go to a wedding? I haven't been to a wedding in quite some time. Now, the last one I did, well, it wasn't that long ago. Actually, I officiated a wedding last Christmas time. Yes, I officiated a wedding. Someone let me do that. It actually, I'm going to say it went pretty well. Hopefully everyone in attendance thought it went well. They're still married. So that is something that's, it's something to be proud of. I mean, it's pretty good. I was pretty excited. They're still good. They're still going strong. Year one, still going strong. But now that I'm not in the officiating realm, what's my game plan? How much fun can I have? How loose can I cut this? How when you go, do you go with a game plan? Like, okay, I'm going to do some dancing, going to do some refreshments, you're gonna get after it a little bit, or are you gonna play? Or are you gonna be laid back? Just kind of like, I'm gonna say hello, maybe have a drink or two, look around, talk to some people. Then the other question is, how do you feel about destination weddings? Do you want to go to an island? Do you want to go get married at an island, maybe with the immediate family, and then have a big party when you get back? Probably save some money that way. Or do you just go all in and you just dump the truck full of money in to get the big hall, the big band, the big drinks, just go crazy. And then my son asked me this. He said, if you're going to ask, just ask, when is it appropriate for a shirt to come off of the groom? Just to kind of really get after it and just kind of like, hey, here we go. Got married, excited. And, he's got the shirt off and he's just having a blast. It is a May weekend. So the weather hopefully will be warm enough where if someone really wanted to get a little crazy, they could. So that's it for the wedding. If anyone has any comments about the weddings, any thoughts about the weddings, please let us know. Okay, big days today. We have national days calendar. We always like to take a look at these. Bring flowers to someone day. I'm over that because we just had Mother's Day. Grandma. I mean, we got everybody was getting flowers. I need a break from the flowers, but the flowers are beautiful. I'll tell you what, anyone wants to send me flowers, I love flowers. Flowers are great. I haven't got my dad this for Father's Day in quite some time, but I used to get him bouquets of flowers and he loved it because it was just brighten up the room. And so if you're looking for a gift that's a little bit different and you might just say, hey, I don't know what to get Dad. I always get him something. I get him a tie, I get him this, get him flowers, get him a bouquet of flowers, maybe a plant. Maybe a hanging basket. Be lovely. Maybe a hummingbird feeder to go along with the hanging basket. And sit out on the porch, look at the flowers, look at the hummingbird feeder. Maybe the hummingbird's going to work the feeder and the plant. Maybe have a cigar that'll keep the hummingbird away. No, you don't want to do that. So anyway, but I'm telling you, it's a good gift. I'm telling you, it's a good gift. My dad loved it. I think you could go for that. So that's one of the national days. National Nylon Stocking Day. This goes back to pre-World War II and then World War II. DuPont shut down their stocking making portion of their company. They started to do that again, but then pantyhose came out and they were much easier to use than the stockings. So pantyhose took over. National Stocking Day. That's one of the days. Peace Officers Day, every May 15th, pays tribute to local, state, and federal law enforcement officers who have made the ultimate sacrifice or have been injured in the line of duty. So we can't thank all those officers enough for everything that they do. Apparently, there's about 800,000 peace officers in the country today. And this is the unfortunate statistic, one that I thought the number was high. It's way too high. I mean, one is too high, but 163 deaths per year. So this is a serious day for peace officers, again, state, local, and federal law enforcement officers. So we salute you and stay safe out there, as everybody always says. Now, a couple of fun things to talk about when it comes to National Day today, and we're on overtime. We've been on overtime probably for a minute or two. Karen, I don't know if you're a big chocolate chip person, but chocolate chips. Here we go, Chocolate Chip Day. Little history for everybody. 1937, Ruth Graves Whitfield of Whitman, Massachusetts, working at the Toll House Cookies. So you get that's where they come from. You see the Toll House chocolate chips by Nestle. Well, they're named after that inn. It was Toll House Inn is where she was working. She decided one day back in 1937, I'm making some cookies. How about if we chop up a chocolate bar and mix that in? Just hold on. I've got a chair behind me. I have to sit down for this one. I have to sit down. I mean, that is just, I mean, you have to get off your feet. I mean, that's how good that well, we need the microphone if we're gonna be down here. But that's how good that idea was. That it knocks you off your feet. I mean, chocolate chips, goodness gracious. Think about this is all you have to do. We always have the two rules, have fun and try your best. I need to do this with this hand. 2 rules. Have fun and try your best. Well, how about this? Just 2 items with chocolate chips. Ruth Graves Whitfield, pardon me. From Whitman, Massachusetts. Changed everybody's lives. I mean, how good is this? Chocolate chip cookies. I don't even know if I can say this next one. I might have to sit down again. Chocolate chip ice cream. Oh my goodness gracious. Are you kidding me? Is that could be the greatest impact on the world as we know it. Cars, planes, hot air balloons, they pale in comparison. Chocolate chip cookies and chocolate chip ice cream. Really? I don't think we need to talk about anything else. Karen has made a comment. Let's see. I'm still stunned, and I had to sit down for that one. Karen, there we go. Love chocolate chip cookies, the best one. Absolutely. How about the? Oh, wait a minute, Karen. How about this? Just a thought for everybody out there. You could make up a batch of warm chocolate chip cookies. You can either go just straight vanilla, put a little vanilla on your chocolate chip cookies, or chocolate chip ice cream with the chocolate chip cookies. Think about that. That is just, it's almost too much. You know what? Before I get completely out of control with the chocolate chip cookies, and I don't even want to ruin it. I was going to talk about, Pizza Hut's burger pizza thing that they just came out. I'm not going to ruin it because chocolate chip cookies are just about perfect. I was going to talk about juice slush day. How about this? It's not like a Slurpee thing because that has to go in a machine and it's not all fruit juices. The way they first started was actual fruit juices, and the royalty back in the day, when they had a mountain house or they were on vacation in the mountains, they would send people up to get the snow from the top of the mountain, bring it down, crush up fruit, and then they would have like a little fruit slushy thing. So there you go. But back to the cookies, chocolate chips. All right, everybody, we leave it with this comment. Love chocolate chips, the best warm. Karen has the last say of the day. Oh, wait a minute. Jeff Exline's chimed in. Karen, he's taking your thunder. Oh, goodness gracious. How about chocolate chip cookie dough for the win? It's a lot to think about, Jeff. It's a lot to think about. You know what? That's what we're going to do. We're going to take the next 23 so hours and change and think about that, and then we'll be back here at 10 o'clock tomorrow. Can't thank everybody enough. Again, thank you so much for joining us. Mindset to Wellness, Cinna, and the Cambridge Wellness Co-op. Can't thank our sponsors enough for all that they do, letting us bring this to you. So thank you, everybody. Remember, 2, not 4, 2 rules. Have fun and always try your best. We'll see you next time, everybody. Thanks for joining us.